guys. So these are for y'all that want to do the teeth and add the ears. I was just going to give you a quick tutorial about how to do that. For the teeth, I got some flannel that I had, I'm sorry, not flannel, fleece. The real thick fleece that does not fray. I got some of that, and then cut out triangles. I did 5 little triangles, and they don't have to be perfect because this is our little monster, and monster's teeth are not perfect. So I went ahead and cut those out, and then I sewed them to the underside of the hood, right under the eyes, with a straight stitch, and I did them individually. So I have a back stitch here and a back stitch here. From start to finish, and then I would do the next one, back stitch here, sew, straight stitch, and then back stitch. So I did that on all of them. I started with the middle one, did it right in between the eyes so that I could have my middle point, and then I did 2 to this side and then 2 to that side. Alright, and then for the ears, I had my scrap piece of fabric from our towel, our hand towel that we cut, and there was a corner, a folded edge here on the hand towel, and I just cut off that little piece of fabric there with the folded edge. So let's just say, for instance, just to demonstrate what I'm talking about, let's just say this is your piece and this is your folded edge. It's not, because I've already cut it, but what I did was then I folded that in half, and then I cut it to kind of round off the edges. And this is not going to have to be perfect because it's real thick and it's terry cloth, and you can't really tell a lot about your cuts. And then when I opened it up, I just kind of cut it right down the middle. And then this side right here was a folded edge, so I did not have to sew that side. But I lined them up as best I could, and then I sewed, so that, say this was the folded edge. I started here and did a straight stitch all the way around and back down here. And then that left this open. Okay, so here's what I'm talking about. So here was my folded edge, and I sewed from here all the way around back down to here, back stitch when I started, back stitch when I stopped. And then you're just going to flip that right side out, and you've got your ear. Now, what you're going to do to put your ear on there, you're going to want one ear about right here, and one ear right here. So you'll have 2 just kind of right on the outside of your eyes, okay? And so kind of find your point that you want your ear to lay, and then flip it forward and put a pin there. And then do the same thing to the other side. There's my other ear. Here we go. So I'm gonna say I want it, about the same place on the other side as that one. And then I'm going to put another pin in there. Alright, now I'm ready to sew, and we're going to do it just like we did the seams. We're going to do a straight stitch, and then we're going to come back and do a zigzag stitch to make it a clean, finished seam. Okay? So, you've got to kind of lift your presser foot up. It's already lifted up. See, you lift it up. But then you can actually push it up a little more, and it's going to make it even higher. So we're going to do that so that we can get all this material under the presser foot. And once we have it in place where we want to sew, you're going to be very careful not to put the rest of your hood or the towel in there. Once you have it into place where you want to sew, go ahead and hold the ear into place and take out the pin. And then you're just going to do your straight stitch all the way through. I've already got it set to straight stitch. I'm going to do my back stitch. Well, it's real thick, so it's going to... I'm And we'll kind of pull it just a little bit. I'm just giving it a little tension toward the back. There we go. Alright, go all the way to the edge and back stitch. Alright, now this is going to be the reverse way that we did it before. Our cut edge is on this side now, not on this side, but it's going to work just the same. I'm going to change my stitch to a zigzag stitch, and then I'm going to change the width to a 6, which is well, it's not the highest, but it's pretty high. Okay, so now I'm going to do my zigzag stitch again, and this time in class, our right side, when the needle would drop on the right side, it would be off the fabric. This time the left side is going to be off the fabric, of the ear anyway. And then I'm just going to go back stitch. Still going to have to pull it just a little bit to get it to go there. Alright, now it's going good. And just all the way to the end, to the very, very end. And then I'm going to back stitch. Cut it. And then, kind of raise this up a little bit so I can get it all out. And we've got my first ear. It's going to be a floppy ear, but it's the ear. Okay? And then you just do that to the other one. And you'll have your hooded monster towel with ears and teeth. Thanks, guys.